Hello everybody, Vlogtober day 8, and today I'd like to share with you a few of my favourite pre-teen books. Now, I read a lot as a child, like literally all the time. So as you can well imagine, I covered a lot of pre-teen fiction, and I actually still occasionally pick up a pre-teen book because they often have really good stories, and yeah, so sometimes if I fancy one I will give it a read. So anyway, here are 5 of my favourite pre-teen novels. So I'm going to start with one by the author of Ballet Shoes, Noel Streatfeild, and it is White Boots. And as I think you could probably tell from the cover, it is about a figure skater. And I loved this book as a child. It just really captivated my imagination. And actually, I read almost all of her novels, and they are very, very good. And they are usually following a young person who is either going into dance or acting, or in this case, figure skating. And it was just really interesting to follow their stories. So yes, White Boots is about a young girl who takes up figure skating to improve her health, and it turns out that she's rather good at it, which causes some jealousy from another of the characters in the book. I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to give the story away, but definitely worth a read. It's very good. So for my second book, I have another by Noel Streatfeild, and this is The Painted Garden. And this book is about a family who end up moving to America, and they move to California, which brings rather interesting acting opportunities for the main character here. So again, this is a book that completely captured my imagination as a child. So another one of Noel Streatfeild's books that are well worth reading. So for my third book, I have The Tale of Emily Winsnap by Liz Kessler, and this was actually a new release when I was a child. It was published in 2003, so when I was 10 years old, and I loved this book. It really captured my imagination. And it's basically about a young girl, Emily Winsnap, who lived all her life with her mother on a boat, and yet her mother was always strangely anxious to keep her away from the water. And one day she actually gets in the water and something very strange happens. She ends up with a tail and she turns into a mermaid, and it all goes from there. Now this book it's got a very interesting plot, lots of twists and turns, and it is really interesting, so I loved that. And I also read the following 2 or 3 books. I think she wrote some more after I finished reading them, so I think I should go and finish off that series when I get a chance. But yep, really enjoyed that. If you're wondering what all the snorting is, it's my little piggy. Mary wanted to come up and be in the video. Didn't you, Mary? Mary, say hello. Oh, he's so sweet. So, on the subject of dogs, you might like this one, Mary. My next book is 101 Dalmatians. Now, this is a book that I actually was not very keen to pick up as a kid, because I was very familiar with the... What are you up to, Mary? Chewing on my finger. Yes, I was very familiar with the Disney movie, the Disney animated movie, and I just thought, oh, it's probably just going to be like that. But I was wrong. This is a really well written, really cleverly written book, and definitely worth reading. There's also a sequel, which is really unusual, very interesting and surprising story there, but I particularly liked the first one, 101 Dalmatians. Definitely worth having a read, because it is not just the Disney movie. There's a lot of other things, and just the way that she wrote was very, very captivating. So recommended. So for my 5th book, I have something that I actually only just finished reading. So strangely did not pick this up as a child, and I just saw it in the bookshop a few weeks ago, and as well because of the movie that's come out recently, I thought, oh, well, which I hadn't seen, thought I should read the book. So it is, of course, A Wrinkle in Time. And this was a very, very unusual book. I didn't know what to make of it as I was reading through, but I did end up enjoying it quite a lot. A lot more, I will say, I enjoyed it a lot more than the movie, which I have since seen. Oh, Mary, what do you think? Mary likes to be heard, don't you, Mary? So, yeah, it's a very curious story and unusual characters and unusual situations, but something that's so unusual that I think it's worth the read. Now, I haven't read any of the following books. I probably will. If I get a chance. So yeah, A Wrinkle in Time, I enjoyed that. So there we go. There's my 5 preteen books that I enjoyed. I hope you found the list interesting. So let me know in the comments, have you read any of these books and what do you think? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!